What's going on, everybody? We are here today to tell you guys about our amazing experience.
Yes.
On seeing Tool.
It was amazing. The entire trip was amazing, man. It was pretty fun.
Yes, if you guys haven't, we put a vlog out earlier today, and after watching the entire show at the end of the vlog, we really didn't give our full experience analysis on it. Mm-hmm. So we figured, we break that, and then right after that, we put out this, letting you guys know how it was. So, you want me to start off with how I felt first, or do you want to go first?
Well, let's just talk about, we got there and saw all the Tool fans, of course. First thing I want to talk about is at least 50 to 75% of the people were actually wearing Tool shirts.
Yes.
Which we were told, don't wear shirts to the band you're going to see, but obviously that doesn't apply to Tool.
No. And I did wear the Tool hat, and I think you bought a Tool shirt, and you was like, should I wear it? And you was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
I was like, I don't want to step out of the code here.
Dude, we went out there, and I'm telling you, man, it was so many fans, or Tool fans that had, head to toe. Yeah. This dude had on a pair of Tool Jordans. Where did you find those? And dude, I needed those.
Yeah.
But, all right, so when it started out, we went into the Amway Center, and by the way, man, I can't stress this enough, guys. If you haven't been to Orlando, go. It's such
Orlando's amazing.
Amazing, dude. The food.
Yeah.
What'd you have? We got some food with some trash talks. What'd you have?
I just had a cheddar egg burger. I forgot what it was called.
I had a bacon and blue burger, but phenomenal. And I wish I knew the name of the restaurant so we could shout them out.
It was, what was it? Something Betty or?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But so after we got our food, we went back, and we were like, the line was so long, and we're like, Smokey had a great idea. It was like, let's go back to the hotel. We'll rest up a little bit, then go back. And listen, everyone knows when you go to a show. Okay, let me finish this first. So we get to the show, and the line was fairly not long at all when we got there.
No, not by the time we got there, no.
We walked right in, and so we get there, and before you get to a show, I don't care, y'all can say what you want, but I know everyone who's been to a concert has done this. Before you go into a concert, you always take your pre-shots, you take whatever you're gonna do before you get there. Because the first thing me and Smoke did when we got there, he says, I want some nachos. I said, I want some beer.
Yeah.
Smoke Dog, trash talkers. I spent $53 on one Bud Light and 2 shots of vodka, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. That's fine. And so literally we got it, and I got 3 cups, and I asked Smokey, you mind holding one of the shots for me? So as we're going and we're about to make that right, guess who we see? Ty Brown. Yeah. Dude, it was so crazy. I'm walking by and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at us. I'm like, what's up? He's like, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So we went and hung out with Todd for a minute, and we checked out everything that was there. We went and got some food. How much were your nachos? Do you remember?
Oh, like $12, and then $8 for the Coke.
Coke, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like $20.
$20, yeah. So after that, I wanted more alcohol, so I spent another $50. That's $100 on 2 beers and 4 shots. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and we could hear Blonde Redhead playing in the background, and we didn't really know who they were, and we didn't want to intrude on it to where we might actually be reacting to them in the future. But I could hear some of it in the background, and it sounded like it. I would say it would be more my alley.
Yeah,
it had that.
Definitely. It was definitely chill and laid back.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
I wish we could have saw like a whole set or something, or just the whole song, but of course by the time we got there, we didn't want to wait in the line. So by the time we got there, they were already on when we got in the building.
Yeah.
And after we got all our stuff, they were done by the time we found our seats.
Man, and we got there at the perfect time because I'm already feeling good. We already got a full belly. We've taken pictures, and shout out to all the trash talkers that were there and came up and said what's up to us. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys. It was a lot of trash talkers in attendance there.
Yeah. But
when we sat down, and you really couldn't see anything as far as their setup. But when we sat down, and we're literally just sitting there like, okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Lights dim out. Everyone's like, woo!
Yeah.
And y'all, I promise you, the entire we had perfect seats. We were like,
directly in the middle.
Perfect.
Yeah.
As soon as those lights went down, you could just see a cloud of smoke.
Yeah. Dude, and that's weird because you're used to that at like club shows or whatever. I didn't think being at an arena show that the whole place was just going to fill with weed smoke like that.
It was just...
But it did.
The lights went down and the weed went up.
Yes.
And I'm like... It was cool, man. But so they started out, and they started out with a song, and it's so weird because me and Smokey are like, why don't we know this song?
Yeah.
And it was an interlude that we've never done. So let me see if I can.
It was the intro, wasn't it? Before Fear Inoculum.
Fear Inoculum.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like it's some French name, and it didn't sound familiar to us. And then they came on Fear Inoculum, and of course, we're like, okay, this is finna be dope. So then it goes in, and after a few songs, you start to literally me and Smokey sitting here, we've reacted to Tool for so long. Sitting there and actually seeing this band doing what we did, man. What was one thing I remember, like when he did The Grudge. All right, first of all, the fact that he did wear your grudge like a crown. Yeah. When he did it, dude, Maynard has like a 45-minute scream in that song.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm being sarcastic here, but the way he held that note, dude, he can still hold that long note, man.
Yeah, people worried about that after the 2 bouts of COVID, that he wasn't going to be able to hit that kind of stuff anymore. But yeah, he played it off. It worked really well.
It worked perfectly, man. And I remember after he did The Grudge, I want to say he did The Pot next. And y'all gotta excuse us because we're still trying to decompress from all this. This was the best way I can describe going to a Tool show for us for the first time is a sensory overload.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely.
Dude, you remember we did the reaction before? I said I want to see, touch, taste, feel, and hear. I did all that.
You got all that, yeah.
All that, dude. But I remember like when he did The Pot, and by the way, man, he did push it. I mean, it was just, I love because it was the perfect balance. I want to say maybe 2 songs from Lateralus, a few songs from 10,000 Days, and then the majority
from Opiate.
A few Opiate, a few from Mom. They were all over the place, actually.
Lateralus, they got one in.
And Fear Inoculum, which Fear Inoculum is mostly my favorite.
Yeah,
but
that's mostly what they did.
Yes, I will say it was the majority a really chill, relaxed show. Yeah, y'all know my style. I like to relax and chill. Versus Smokey's, dude. Tell them about the guy sitting next to you.
Oh man, the guy down below, the one that looked like McMahon,
Shane McMahon.
He did. He looked like Shane McMahon. He looked like the dad Shane McMahon, and he's sitting there with his whole family. Like the kids are over there, like, oh, this is Dad's show right here.
Yeah, I mean,
and he was into every song. He was just it was like he could feel it. He was
dude. I'm telling you, when Push It came on, there was this guy sitting right here, and this guy record. First of all, we'll get to this guy in a second.
Yeah.
But this guy that was sitting over here to the right, when Push It came on. I mean, I'm jamming. Me and this guy like holding each other hand, just going, dude.
Y'all were holding hands.
I mean, we had an intimate moment for a second there. But no, dude, just being able to see this band, and I don't know if Adam was like under the weather or sick or something.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because Adam really didn't move the entire show.
Not at all. He actually sat down at one.
Yeah, when they came back from the intermission. At the very first, he was in a chair, sitting down, and then he eventually got back up. But it made me wonder if he's okay or whatever. But
I don't. And y'all let us know if
or is that normal?
Exactly.
Is that just what he does?
That's what I'm wondering. And the Trash Talkers can maybe help us out and let us know if that's actually how Adam does it. But you got Justin over there. He's rocking back and forth.
Humping the guitar. Yeah,
and Maynard is in the background. You don't
always, yeah.
I mean, you people were saying, what was Maynard wearing? It just looked like he had on all black with the mohawk, and of course
it was hard to tell.
Yeah,
because he was way back in the background.
I mean, way back, and it's crazy because he does his drunk aunt dance.
Yeah,
but literally, this show was all about Danny.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was Danny's show from start to finish. Yeah, even with Chocolate Chip Trip and Pneuma, it's all about Danny.
So now, I have to admit, now after sitting through all these songs, when it got to Chocolate Chip Trip, it was I said an intervention in the vlog.
Intermission.
It was an intermission, but for some reason, and I've heard a lot of Tool fans, a lot of Trash Talkers say that Chocolate Chip Trip is an amazing piece of work for Danny, but a lot of people say that's not really their favorite song. So when they did the intermission and they came on with Chocolate Chip Trip, a lot of I'd say 40% of the arena got up and went out to go smoke a cigarette or use the bathroom. And I had to pee, so I went to go take a leak myself. So came back, and then when we came back, they did Hooker with the Penis, and while they were doing Hooker with the Penis, dude, this is when my mind just started, like, I know I always say I feel high when I listen to Tool, but literally when you see the lights and the way everything just like coincides with everything, I remember looking at the whatever that, I don't know what the name of that it's like their pinnacle.
Oh yeah, the star thing. Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking while Hooker with the Penis is going. I'm like, how the heck do you even draw that? I'm like, well, no, you can't do that. You can't.
The lights were tracing it around.
Yes. I mean, and dude, to me, the highlight of the show for me, first of all, I don't think if Tool hires a specific guy to do the lights, that is the fifth member of Tool, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, the lights and the imagery.
Yes.
It played through the entire thing. This giant imagery show that was going on there.
Yes, man. It just added to the feel, and everyone says, guys, you will not be disappointed. We can't stress enough how crazy this, I mean, it's really hard to put it into words, and we want to come back and we want to tell how we feel about it, but it's really hard to put it in words when you've experienced something that you've been doing for a year and 2.5, when you get to see it with your own 2 eyes.
I want to say this, watching the people there was a mix of people who were really into it and just rocking in their seats and just going at it, and then there was half the people who sat there stone faced and just watched the entire thing and never moved, like not even blinked. They're just watching the entire thing without moving a muscle.
Yes.
Like, it was crazy to see. I've never saw a show where people did that.
See, that's us being rappers and rap fans, going to a lot of rap shows. We're used to getting up, throwing bowls, jumping. So, and we know Tool isn't that kind of show, but we went in not knowing really what to expect. So when we sat down and we're like, holy shit. I'm gonna say it. Yeah. Holy shit! We are here. We're experiencing Tool, and dude, my highlight of that show. Y'all all know Descending is one of my favorites. Okay, 2 of my highlights. When Descending came on, I mean, I wish I knew this guy's name that was sitting next to me, dude. Because y'all know the part where I always say, if I have a child, I want my child to be born to that part. It's that,
the drop.
Dude, and the lights was, bah, 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 bah. Boom! I was like, oh my god, dude.
Dude, it was amazing. They had that creature, that one part where the creature was in the background, just headbanging. That was so awesome.
Man, it was so, man, it's so hard to just put, guys, if you haven't seen Tool, which I'm sure, I would say 80% of you guys have, please go see this band, dude. I mean, and another one, dude, after I did the song Psychopathy, everyone knows I sampled Culling Voices. Dude, when lights cut out, then you got this blue, like, it's like a blue, like, spiral, and I'm like, oh no, what's finna happen? And I didn't want to pull my phone out to see what the set list was at, and then all you hear is that the real calm kicking in, and dude, I'm telling you, every hair stood up. Yes. I mean, y'all, I felt like he was performing a song that I helped with. I really did, man.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It was a spectacle for sure.
Yes, dude, and you know what? Something I want to say is, okay, watching, us doing Tool Tuesdays and MJK Tuesdays, we put the clips in the beginning of the shows, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think Maynard really wasn't vocal with the crowd like we
I was gonna say that. There was only 2 spots in between songs that I remember him talking. One, all he said was Orlando, and everybody's like, yay! No. And then he's like, that sounds more like Daytona.
No, he said Tampa.
No, he said Daytona.
And then they were like, no, he was like, Orlando, make some noise. He was like, yeah. And he was like, well, you guys don't sound as good as Daytona. And he was like, we haven't even been to Daytona.
He's like, I wouldn't know anything about Daytona, but y'all need to work on that.
And then Orlando like, it was great. And then right when he let us film, Invincible, he's like, all right, MFers, pull your phones out, now you can enjoy it. But I mean, I thought that, and I know Maynard's getting older, and y'all don't understand, tour life is very exhausting.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah. So he's probably like, and something else, dude, like, this show, I would say, you know, Maynard probably did 30, maybe 20% of the show, you know? So whenever Adam, Justin, and Danny were doing their work, Maynard would leave.
Yeah,
He would.
I would say 50%, more like 50, because he would come up there for his parts, and if there's a long section of song that he's not on, he's out.
He's gone.
He's gone, and then he'll just pop back up right before the next verse comes on the next song.
Man, and watching his vocals, man, you would literally think, and I know Maynard doesn't do this, but you would think that Maynard had like background vocals, but no, dude.
It was all him.
It was all Maynard. I'm talking about, dude, the scream he did on The Grudge, and when he did culling voices, it sounded like the studio version. And y'all, listen, I'm gonna say this. Do not kill me, but I am convinced, and I heard it with my own 2 ears. In Descending, Maynard says, "One try to stay alive." I swear. I don't know if it's just my brain wanting to hear it, but I swear, being there, listening, because I'm like, okay, what's he going to say? I swear, he said, "One try to stay alive."
And maybe it's just because that's what you wanted to hear.
Possible. I think that's probably what it is, actually.
One more thing, though. They always said before we go, they're like, no, they don't allow you to film. And they said that. There was a big announcement that came on. And as soon as the lights go out and it's time for Tool, this guy in front of us pulls up the phone. And he does not move it the entire show. And then the usher comes down. And she's like, hey. Like, it was like 5 songs into it at this point. She's like, he looks over at her. And she's like, "You can't do that." And he goes,
"Okay."
"Thank you."
It just kept going.
And never stopped the entire show.
Yes, man. Overall, man, this was absolutely a life-changing experience, man. If I could go see this, dude, remember the people we met outside when we were at the intermission, and it was the drunk guy that was touching all over you.
Yeah, definitely.
So him and this really nice couple, they came out. You know, they were trash talking, like, "Hey man, we love you guys."
From Texas.
Yeah, and he was like, "No, it wasn't." I think he was from Texas. The girl's from Nebraska.
Yeah, that's it.
And he was like, "I'm gonna leave a comment on your videos. Like, just know I'm the one that dropped the cigarettes." And he just kept touching Smokey. He kept touching Smokey's like, "I get it, bro. I get it."
Yeah.
And his wife, dude, they saw Tool 8 times. They were following him.
Yeah, they were following the whole tour.
Yeah. And the lady's like, "All right, come on, let's go." And he just would not. But shout out to that guy, man. True trash talker.
Definitely.
It was great, man. And again, if y'all have not seen Tool, please go see this band live.
Yeah, it's so fun.
100%, guys. Thank y'all so much for introducing us to Tool and just letting us go down this rabbit hole and letting us share our experience with how we felt and what we saw and what we experienced when we saw this incredible band live. We want to say thank y'all for that, right? Absolutely, guys. With that being said, my name's Behringer Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez.
We are
over
and
out.
Deuces. You hit me in my head.
I did. Threw them balls on you.